India Sports News. Welcome everybody. I've got with me Kritika and Prajakta, and today was the big auction day. They said it's the mini auction day, but it was not anywhere close to being mini. Prajakta has all the updates of that. Prajakta, what's the update?
The 2 crore bracket went as per we discussed, in the afternoon. Although there were some major misses, like Joe Root didn't make it in the very first round, but happened. I think he was the last bid of the day, and he got a deal. So that was great. Apart from that, we'd also picked up the top Indian picks, out of which Mayank Agarwal was one which you had discussed, and he too, got a deal of 8.25 crores with SRH. So it's a new team for him. And apart from that, as we discussed, Sam Curran taking the top bid, and following by Ben Stokes and Cameron Green as well. So these guys have stood out just as we discussed, and have got the deals, and hopefully they get going with whatever team they've got into.
Kritika, any interesting bits from your end from what you observed at the auction?
Sir, I think that, Sam Curran, he was bought at 18.5 crores by Punjab, to Punjab. So I think that was the biggest, unexpected, no one expected he would go so far. And, Joe Root being dropped in the initial phase of auction was not expected by people. Then Nicholas Pooran being the highest wicketkeeper being sold. These were some things that was quite unexpected by me. And, people considering Ben Stokes to be the second captain after MS Dhoni. So yeah, this was my view. Sir, I would like to ask you a question.
To ask me.
Yeah, so Ben Stokes and MS Dhoni, they've played again in Pune's in the Pune team. So what do you think, like those two coming again together in CSK, like what do you think, will bring changes in the CSK team?
I think it's a very interesting pick by Chennai. I think they're clearly looking for life beyond Mahendra Singh Dhoni and life beyond Mahendra Singh Dhoni. And I think that life after Mahendra Singh Dhoni, they have already made up their mind. I think it's very clear that Ben Stokes is going to be their captain in the future. I think that's pretty clear. He's going to be part of that leadership group. I think it's an interesting combination that they have picked. I think Ben Stokes, I would have expected someone like a Lucknow Super Giants to bid for them. They bid 16 crores for someone like a Nicholas Pooran, who's not been in the best of form in any case. Why would you bid something so much for Nicholas Pooran when a Ben Stokes was available? It is beyond me.
Truly so. And apart from that, even if we talk about Chennai Super Kings as a team, we've also seen some buys that, may be smart, because Ajinkya Rahane at base price, I mean, considering they're going to play at Chepauk, we know how, the tricky the pitch is. So do you think Rahane can play a hand over there, considering, the pitch conditions that we've seen all through the years?
It's interesting that Mahendra Singh Dhoni's team has bought Ajinkya Rahane, because it was the same Mahendra Singh Dhoni at the 2015 World Cup. He said that Rahane can't rotate the strike. So why would you pick someone like that? And I'm not so sure it's a great move for Rahane, because of the fact that Rahane is much better placed to go abroad and play county cricket at that time of the year, rather than playing in the IPL, when there is a very strong possibility that he could be spending a lot of time on the bench. I really don't see that as being a big thing for Rahane. I think that it's a missed opportunity for Rahane. He should have taken a cue from what Chiteshwar Pujara has done. He's gone and played county cricket after being unsold this year, and he's not put his name back in the auction list again. I think that it's very clear for Pujara that his future in T20 cricket is not there anymore. He's very clear that he's going to play the first class and the test match format. I think Rahane has missed an opportunity of doing that.
But just to wrap that up, if you remember the 2017, I think RPS team, Dhoni and Rahane and Ben Stokes were together, and this time they are all in CSK. So they made the finals that season, and we don't know what stands for them right now. But as you mentioned,
I think it's a big miss for Rahane. I'm being very honest. His goal right now, if at all he has a dream of making a comeback to the Indian Test team, it's getting further and further away with the number of runs that Shreyas Iyer is scoring in his slot. I think he will keep missing that opportunity, because he's going to spend a lot of time on the bench in the IPL.
So there's also a story. Go There's also a
Yeah.
story of Vivrant Sharma, the name that we discussed, in the
Yeah.
pre-show, that a person from Jammu and Kashmir, he got into the team. So he's a very dear friend of Abdul Samad, who's been in the
Ah,
Sunrisers Hyderabad for a very long time, and they've played
ah,
age group cricket together. Along with that, he was also a part of IPL 2020 as one of their interns at back at
ah.
SRH, and now
Acha.
he's playing regular domestic cricket since 2021. So what do you
Ah.
think about that pick in general from Sunrisers
I think
Hyderabad?
it's a, I think it's a very good pick, and it shows that they have done a lot of homework on the scouting level. I think that you must give credit to them for that. I think that's a very good pick in my view. Uh, I think also I think the other big story for me from this auction is that of Mukesh Kumar.
Right.
He is a proper rags to riches story, and it was good to see like a bidding war for him in the auction. So I think that's another big story for us to look at from the auction. I'm still not sure who's going to be Sunrisers Hyderabad's captain.
Right,
Uh,
so
I think they missed an opportunity there. I can't see a definite leader over there.
right. There's no option as of now. Like it's upon them on who they select, and probably we'll know in months' time.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But I'm very happy that Sikandar Raza and Joshua Little got picked because
Right.
I had hoped that they would get picked, and they have got their opportunity now in the IPL. I hope they get a game time. But if I am Ridhiman Shah, I'll be very unhappy because Shrikar Bharat replaced me in the Test squad. So
Yeah.
Shankar Bharat has come in as a backup for him at Gujarat Titans.
Titans.
So
Yeah.
Shrikar Bharat seems to be following him everywhere.
So, what do you think that it's an end to Ridhwan Saha's IPL career? Because KS Bharat, if you see his the last time he played for RCB as well, the top knock that he made RCB qualify for that particular match, and everybody from the big guns from Virat Kohli to Glenn Maxwell had praised him. But after that, he was released from the team and then got picked for Gujarat Titans right now in this season. So, what do you expect out of Ridhwan Saha as well as KS Bharat getting into the
For Ridhiman Saha, it depends on what kind of form he comes into the tournament because he's playing for Tripura, and they don't really get the best of matches in that sense. So I think it's going to be a tough ask for Ridhiman Saha. But the fact that last year he was the most important player at the top of the order, that should give him some hope of competing and doing well. But he has to remember that KS Bharat is going to be breathing down his neck pretty swiftly, and that's going to be a big issue for Ridhiman Saha. This is a make or break season for Ridhiman Saha.
right, truly. But apart from that,
Sir,
even a question to
yeah,
Kritika
go
and
ahead.
Chandresh, so that like there was some team that had a very great auction, maybe some that didn't. So according to you, which is that one team that didn't have a good auction?
I'm not sure what KKR was doing at the auction today.
Okay.
I
Same, yeah,
really didn't understand. I really didn't understand what their
yeah.
strategy was. And I didn't understand what was Rajasthan Royals, okay, made up for it towards the end. But I'm still not convinced about Rajasthan and KKR.
Right.
I was flummoxed by KKR's strategy. I don't know if they're targeting this year at all,
Yeah.
2023, or it is 2024.
Okay. And
Yeah,
Kritika, for you?
I completely agree with Chandresh, sir. I think, KKR was not on point today, but yeah, Gujarat Titans picking Kane Williamson at base price of 2 crores or something. Even they said in an interview that, they wanted to buy Kane Williamson. So I think Gujarat Titans were quite good this time, but again, KKR weren't up to the point. So I would like to ask a question to both Prajakta and Chandresh, sir. So do
Ah.
you think Kane Williamson should have been bought at the base price of 2 crores? I mean, do you think some other team should have picked Kane Williamson, and that now Gujarat Titans as such have two captains, Hardik Pandya and Kane Williamson. So how would that benefit Gujarat Titans in the season?
I don't think it will benefit Gujarat Titans at all.
Yeah.
How will you fit him in? He can't be he can't be an enforcer. He can't command a place on his own. If he's not the captain, where will you fit him? Unless, of course, in that bike ride in Wellington, Hardik promised him something before the New Zealand series. I don't see any reason why you would pick him. I think it was more an emotional buy, just like Mohit Sharma was for Gujarat, or Piyush Chawla was for Mumbai,
Mumbai.
or Amit Mishra was for Lucknow. All these things also didn't make any sense to me. Amit Mishra has not played any cricket at any level for the last 1 year, and he's 40.
True.
So, and he's not a great fielder. He can't bat. He can bat a bit. He can hold a bat, but it really beats me what they were thinking when picking Kane Williamson, Piyush Chawla, Amit Mishra, and I think that these are some of the things that didn't quite add up for me.
So apart
What
from that,
about
there were some players who had gone for an extremely high price, such as Daniel Sams, and right now he's been, bought by Gujarat Titans for another 75 lakhs only. So how do you, analyze these kind of bids who, were extremely at a high price the last mega auctions, and towards the mini auctions, they've, almost been bought by, say, like base price or a little more than that.
I didn't understand Daniel Sams. He was taken for quite a bit of runs
Right.
in international cricket. Why would you not pick a Chris Jordan? He's
Yeah,
a
he was
definite
unsold.
buy.
yeah?
He went unsold. It was a shocker for me. It was a shocker for me that Chris Jordan went unsold when Daniel Sams is getting picked and Nicholas Puran is going for 16 crores. Complete shocker for me.
Mentioning about RCB as well, I think the scouts have done some like a job that most of the people, like even their fans, didn't know what kind of players they've bought, because the names were very new. I mean, yeah, Manoj is a very well-known name because he plays for Karnataka and Ranji and other domestic, formats as well. But there were other who even RCB fans had absolutely no idea about. So how do you think they've featured in this auction? Do you think it was up to the mark, or it was just pure blank?
I think they have done okay. I wouldn't say they are sensational in that sense. I think they've picked a lot of local players this time. But something is missing in their squad. I don't think, I'm not quite convinced about their bowling attack. They did quite well. They could have gone for instead of a Reece Topley, they could have probably gone for a Chris Jordan in that.
Right.
Because on that small ground, you need somebody like Chris Jordan who can play, who can bowl with a strong heart. I think apart from Harshal Patel, I'm not sure if the others can stand up to the scrutiny in that lineup.
And even Vainandu Hasaranga is not too sure if he'll be joining since the very start. So even
Absolutely,
in the spin
that's a
department,
problem.
even
Yeah,
the spin department is completely blank as of now. And considering they're
yeah,
going to play most of the matches at home, we don't really know how it's going to go for them.
yeah, absolutely. So I'm not surprised that they didn't go for Adam Zampa because of what happened with him last year. But I think they could have very well gone for a Tabrez Shamsi. I
Right.
think that wouldn't have hurt them. Or they could have gone for a Mujibur Rahman who could have taken care of the initial overs for them.
Right.
They didn't do that. I really don't understand. I think overall, to sum it up, I think few of the picks were absolutely expected, but there were few which were mystified, and some which no one can explain right now.
Right.
Right now, I think it is too early right now, too fresh to kind of understand which team is looking well. I think it will take a few more days for us to digest what has happened in this auction before we can finally come at a conclusion as to where everyone stands in terms of opportunity, in terms of big title contenders until 2023. Kritika, Prajakta, thanks a lot. Keep
Thank you,
logging
sir.
on
Thank
to
you.
India Sports News, and please keep liking, sharing, subscribing us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And YouTube, please don't forget to press the bell icon and please be part of the family. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Thank you so much, sir.